Hi, welcome to Simple Logistics. So today I would like to speak a little bit about circular economy. An important part of a circular economy is reverse logistics. Let me explain why circular economy is so important. Currently, we have in many supply chains a design as a linear process. So raw materials are mined or are extracted from the nature, sometimes with an important environmental and societal impact. And then these raw materials are sold to industries that will transform them into useful products for our daily lives. Then these companies, these industries, will sell their products to wholesalers. These wholesalers will resell these products or distribute these products to retail stores, and these will sell to end customers who will then discard the packaging that was used to protect the product since it left the manufacturing facility until it's about to be consumed. Also, customers will discard the entire product once this product has been used to the end of its life, or these days, not even that. So we tend to discard products when they become simply obsolete. So there is a lot of waste in this linear economy, and a lot of residues, including some toxic residues, are created and discarded in landfills. But there is so much valuable raw material inside these products that are discarded that there is even a new type of company. So it's still brand new, the research phase, but some small companies are right now mining landfills to reclaim some of the raw material that is in there, especially very expensive materials like gold, which is present in circuit boards, copper, platinum, silver, and so forth. There is a lot of other materials there as well, aluminum, steel, plastics, which don't degrade over time. And so they can be mined out of the ground decades after they were initially produced and consumed. But what if we now, with a bigger understanding of climate change and our impact in over nature in general, we start not to discard these packages and products in landfills anymore, and we start to separate them, us as customers, and give them back to their original manufacturers so they can take it back to their companies or take it back to their suppliers and recycle or reuse or downcycle. There is a lot of terms. Some materials like glass can be 100% recycled. They can be recycled over and over again, and old glass makes new glass, with no any characteristic loss, so it won't lose resistance or anything. Plastic and some other materials can be recycled just a few times, and they will never be as good as new. So every time you use, for example, recycled paper or something like that, you're using a material with some, it's not very important, but it has some reduced mechanical characteristics like resistance to tear or something like that. It's not a very important difference, but for some high-end uses, you are still going to need brand new paper, brand new plastic. You will not be able to use recycled material for that. So it's kind of a downgrade. You get like PET plastic that was used to make a drink, a bottle, or something like that. And then when you recycle, you reuse this material, but to make products that don't need so much resistance. So, especially here in my region, we use recycled plastic to make, those park benches that used to be made of wood. Today, they are made in most places here. They are made of recycled plastic. So it's not the most noble use of that material, but this plastic has still has some good mechanical, especially wear and tear resistance. Then you can use them for this purpose. So it's not every product that's going to be recycled and used to the same original purpose again. Overall, I think it's safe to say that it's much more efficient, including the economic aspect of it, not only the environmental aspect, but also the economic aspect. It will be much more efficient if we collect these disposed material before it is sent to a landfill. So if customers separate them and turn them in at their retail stores, for example, so this material will then be collected by the regional manufacturers. These collection by original manufacturers of the residues of their products or their packages to bring it back and recycle it, that is called reverse logistics. It's a very important part of logistics today. It is increasing in size and importance every year since I started working with logistics. And it is what makes the circular economy work and work efficiently. So if we can make reverse logistics a good reverse logistics plan for every product, for every material, for every city, then we can almost eliminate landfills. A little quantity of material will end up in landfills, and we can provide industries with raw material that is readily available, usually less expensive than mining, than digging underground, than drilling holes 1 or 2 kilometers through rocks to get to underground oil, for example. So this will not completely eliminate these primary industries like oil and gas, like mining, but it will reduce our dependency on these industries if we can recycle correctly everything that we produce and consume. So we'll need a lot less raw material removed from nature from now on. So we reduce, on one hand, we reduce the impact of these extractivist industries like oil and gas. We will reduce our dependency on them. We will reduce energy consumption in turning these raw materials into new products. So aluminium, for example, it uses a lot less energy for you to recycle aluminum, to melt it and make something else different with it than the energy you need to turn the aluminum ore to a metal aluminum. So when you're using these mineral ores, it's usually there is a lot of use of transport from the mining location to the place where you have your transformation industry. Then you use a lot of energy in the process. So recycling saves a ton of energy and a ton of transportation in that respect, because you can make recycling close to big cities, which are, major consumption centers. So they will have a lot of waste of packaging and old products or end of life cycle products. These can have a tremendous, really important impact into the environment. And we as customers are have a special responsibility to make it happen. If we don't play along, this circular economy will never work well. So it's important that companies they are already seeing that this is important. Governments, there is already some effort into creating regulations, especially in local governments, to create more recycling. And the other important part is us as customers, as taxpayers. We have also an important role to play to push for the adoption of measures toward a circular economy. And also we have a very important role to play in returning our waste at separated, at the specific places that we can deliver these materials, or if there is a waste collection for recycling at your home, at least to separate the material in different bags and dispose them in the correct way so they are taken for recycling. So that's what I wanted to share with you about circular economy and the role that logistics, especially reverse logistics, has to play in the circular economy, which is already an important part of the economy in most places, and it will over time increase its importance and increase the number of jobs it creates, increase its size in GDP, as percentage of the GDP. So I think it will be a very important part of every developed economy, in the near future. Okay. Okay, thank you for watching our channel. Please like, subscribe, and be back for new videos like this. Thank you. Bye.